Hello everyone, today I'm going to show you how to remove the speed limit on the Engwe P275 PRO e-bike. This bike has a torque sensor motor, a Bafang motor, and this is hard coded. It's very complicated to actually unlock this without factory support, which you are not going to get because it's a complicated solution. So the bike has a torque sensor here that measures how hard you are pressing on the crank here. It also has a cadence sensor, so it knows how fast you are rotating the pedals around. But because the bike has an automated shifting hub there, it's not going to know the correct speed of your rear wheel. So when it wants to show you the speed and the distance that you have done with the bike, it somehow needs to measure the rear distance, real distance that the rear wheel has traveled. So they have resorted to a very traditional method, and they have mounted a magnet on the spoke and a sensor that reads that. So when you are pedaling along, the bike will know your cadence, the rotation, will know the force, and will take the speed from that. So to remove the speed limit, we are going to do something very simple, and we are going to need several things, which are
foam pads,
okay,
scissors,
okay,
or cutter,
right,
cutting pliers, neodymium magnet, duct tape, and hex key.
right. So the idea is to take this sensor from here, and we are going to do something like this. So when you are pedaling, the wheel has a rotation speed, but as you see, the pedals are rotating a lot more slowly. So we are going to fool the bike around, and we are going to make it think that we are going much more slower than that. But if we move the magnet along, it's still the same rotation. So we are going to take the sensor off. We are going to try to install it here on the arm of the wheel here, and we are going to install the neodymium magnet. Because this sensor is very sensitive to the magnetic coupling, and you can see that it has actually a small distance between, we are going to use a very powerful neodymium magnet. This is found in hard drives. You can try with any kind of magnet. I'm not even going to try to take it apart from this metal bracket, because usually this type of magnets will break off in several parts. I'm going to use it with the metal bracket, but as you can see, the distance from here to here is actually very big. So I'm going to use some foam pads. It's going to look ugly, but this is just a proof of concept. I'm just going to try this to see if it works, and you are going to see how it works around here, because I'm going to include a test video, and we are going to stick that here. And for that, and for testing purpose, we are going to fix all of that professionally just with duct tape around the crank arm here to the magnet. Then with the sensor here, to remove it, we are going to take this rubber cap out, because the sensor has a rubber cap. And then it has a hex screw, so you need the Allen key, the hex key, to take that screw out. And while the screw is untightening itself, you are going to find here underneath a zip tie that holds the cable so it doesn't touch the wheel. It's fixed either on the metal arm here or the cable here that works for the brakes. It's a zip tie that holds them together. So just cut that zip tie. You can use the pliers, the scissors, or the cutter. Just be careful not to cut the brake lines or the sensor wire, because the sensor wire holds the sensor like this. So just cut it so we can have more play with that sensor. And now the sensor is free, and you can see here it has some epoxy, so that's where the actual magnetic sensor is. And then we are going to look at a position where the sensor should be in regards to the pedals, so it should be rather here in this position. Let me pedal backwards again. So that's the perfect position for it. And now I'm going to use duct tape to hold it in that position, and then I'm going to put the magnet on the pedal. Alright, and you are going to repeat that several times so this is fully secured. Then on the crank arm, I'm going to use the foam and the magnet here so it goes closer to the sensor, and I'm going to use duct tape. Maybe it's easier for you if you remove the pedal. You can try that, but you can also leave it and just go to a position such as this lower one, and here you can actually go with the duct tape around so you can secure it. And as simple as that, we are securing the magnet. Again, this is just for testing purpose, just to demonstrate how easy it is to do it. You can of course apply your own methods, use better magnets, closer, use not foam pads, anything else. You get the idea. Maybe put the sensor here because the crank arm is closer here than here. That's up to you, but in this configuration it should work, and you are going to see the results as I've told you somewhere here. I'm going to post a video with that. And as simple as that, we have full the motor because it's not going to know the speed, and this is very easy to do because we don't have an electric hub on the rear, so the bike doesn't know what gear is into, so it doesn't know how fast we are pedaling in regards to the rear wheel. And with the adopted solution to have a magnet here on the wheel, we have managed to fool this system. So now we are going to slowly pedal, and when you are slowly pedaling, the bike doesn't know if you are in first gear, second gear or third gear. So if we are in third gear and the controller of the Bafang motor sees that you are slowly pedaling, but when you are slow pedaling in third gear you are already having more than 25 kilometers per hour, then the bike is going to try to assist you further, and you are going to see that you are going to get much more higher speeds than the limited 25 kilometers per hour. This method will also break the display functioning because it's going to show you incorrect speeds. You are going to see something like 6, 7, 8 kilometers per hour, and you are going to do more than 30 kilometers per hour because with the cadence of the pedals, which is very slow in regards to wheel rotation, it's no longer going to be correct. So for that I'm going to use a GPS display for the speed. I have a review for that here. I did it a very long time ago. It's a very cheap device. It works very nice, but it's influenced by tall buildings and it takes something like 10 minutes to get a fix sometimes, while other times it only takes something like 1 minute. But it's very accurate and it measures the distance, the speed, everything. Sometimes it has a small delay, but you are going to see that in the full test of the speed. So as simple as that, now we have locked the bike. The locking is no longer available for this. The unlocked bike works really nice, and this is reversible. You just need to keep this screw, washer and rubber cap, and you can always put this back. Also, another advantage is that when you are running in this modified configuration, the bike is not going to show you a higher speed than 25 kilometers per hour. So in the event that you are actually being stopped by officials and they want to try it out and they do a bit of pedaling, they are not going to see the bike going over 25 kilometers per hour. So they are going to assess that you are very strong running this bike at 45 kilometers per hour. I'm not going to tell you that this is normal. it's up to you, and might not be legal in your countries, but in some countries you can use this mod to run it on private roads, off-roads, and so on. So I can actually run this in Europe if I don't run it on public roads. I can go 100 miles per hour, no one is going to stop me, and the single problem is if I break my neck, it's going to be just my fault that I broke my neck doing 100 miles per hour. So as simple as that. You can mod the bike to go faster, but not on public roads. So take care with that, and that's it for legal advice. So until my next video, see you and bye bye.
Bye bye.